How you doing today?
What up, champ? Oh, good, man.
Why was it so important for you to come out and support this event?
Well, again, Oscar, he's been just such a staple in this LA community, and so I know that he had been doing the foundation for a while, and he did this golf tournament many years, took a break, and so when he got inspired to do it again, it made sense to come out here today. We were all together at George's and then at Sugar Ray Leonard's Foundation, and I saw him. I was sitting next to him. I was like, man, I'm doing my tournament. He told me today. We were all in Cabo. I could have been on vacation, but Oscar, I came back for you, man.
How special is it to see a local LA kid, give back to his community?
I mean, that's what's really important. I mean, a lot of times when people take like large metropolitan areas, you think that somebody else has it. Somebody else is going to take care of it. Somebody else will do the job. But Oscar has a story that where he came from here, he came up, made something of himself, and not only just in his business, but beyond his business when he became a promoter and a businessman. These are the kind of things that the young people need to see, those kind of images, and the fact that it's not about just self-preservation, that he uses his platform, his celebrity, to be able to help others out, and that's what it's all about.
The final question, who's the boxer out there that got your attention, man?
I don't know. Like I like Crawford. I still like to watch Terrence Crawford. I don't know if this Triple G Canelo fight gonna be what it's supposed to be, but we gonna go because Oscar want me to come. So we gonna be there. We gonna see what's up. But the boxing world is really great right now. It's like it's people that are making small moves, and so you're starting to get some people that are making some names for themselves.
Awesome, man. Thank you so
big
much.
up, man.
Speaking of Crawford, he fights this Saturday against Australian Jeff Horn.
Jeff Horn. I'm thinking about an old school. I don't know. I've never seen Jeff Horn fight. Is he all right?
Against Pacquiao, he beat Pacquiao in Pacquiao's last fight.
Well, I beat Pacquiao.
You beat Pacquiao.
Who didn't beat Pacquiao in his last fight? I beat Pacquiao in his last fight. What the hell is going on with Pacquiao right now? No, but it's like, hey, Manny, fell out. No. But this is it. I mean, when I look for that, because I thought that Crawford, lately just never was like this kind of even competition. Didn't feel like it, so I look forward for a good fight right there. I'd never seen this kid, so I'm gonna have to look forward to that.
Canelo Triple G, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it happens in September. Well, how do you see the fight happening? Having watched the first fight,
I always liked Canelo's, like when he's coming up. I loved his size, and I thought that this fight would have been something that I would have expected to see. For him to be able to dominate. Triple G is, he's a fighter that he definitely hits hard, but it's one of those it's one of those things where I feel like if you were taller and more powerful, you could get this guy. And so I was a little disappointed that I didn't feel like Canelo was able to capture that, and so, but sometimes when you fight a guy for the first time, it takes that, and he's a true pro. Everybody know Triple G is legit. So it's one of those things where the next time I'm in the ring with him, I'll have to trust some of these other skill sets that I have. So that's what I kind of expect for this second fight. So as you said, skill. Oh shit! Speaking of Triple G, all right. Yeah, that would have been cold. I'd have been knocked out from the back when the last time that happened.
They're trying to take you out before you.
They don't want none. They don't want none of you on
What
this
did you
golf
make
course.
of the tainted meat story from Canelo when he said it was tainted meat, not PEDs?
We've all had it, guys. You just got me. I just left Cabo, so you don't test me today. I didn't know. I'll use that excuse if somebody had to test me. Oh God, the tainted meat. No, I don't know. I didn't even hear that, but that's it can, man, when you think about drug testing, sometimes a lot of these very small, things that happen. People put things in food. It's all these little, you take an aspirin, you don't realize it's, that it's got something in it. It's very thin lines, but you do want people to be on a fair fighting ground. That's one thing about that sport for sure. So, you know, I wouldn't think that would be a Canelo thing. Like I always, he seemed like an honorable guy, like a dude that came up to, his family's brother around. You kind of like, I don't see like you would want that edge, but at any rate, cut it off, get it right. Don't have nobody that's cheating. When you fight boxing, you just want it to be heads up, win or lose. But like most cases, we want you to we want you to fight. Even if you lose, be a G out there, and everybody's still gonna love you. Like, if you lost, you'll be like, yo, dog, he went hard though. But not if you was cheating. That's different.
So like Wilder or Jocko?
Oh, now that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna say, this guy's coming with a hard question. I'm gonna still roll with Deontay Wilder on this one. Oh, man, damn. Joshua's hot. That's a good one right there. I want to think about that one.
Cedric, it seems like you're pro Canelo. We asked Don Cheeto earlier about the Canelo Golovkin situation. He kind of mocked Canelo by saying he should change his diet. What do you make of that as an actor? Like a fellow actor mocking Canelo. He's a fighter. He's the one that gets in the ring, risks his life, and he's getting mocked by fans, actors. And
hey man, you get an accusation that you was trying to move the meter a little bit, cheat on one side. Those are the things you got to fight off. The joke's gonna come. It don't mean nothing. All you gotta do is be resilient this next time. You only as good as your last fight. All that stuff, that's gonna happen. That's the fodder that gets in the game. People gonna have jokes and point of view about it. They gonna have their angles. People gonna think that he really did it or not. So I give him the benefit of the doubt that if he said it was tainted meat, I love it. I love a good excuse.
Who wins in a fight, Pusha T or Drake?
Wow.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the dude with the braids from '87. I think that seemed like the obvious one. Drake's a tall dude, though. You know what I'm saying? But he's Canadian, and I think he's not a hockey player Canadian. He's not that kind of tough, So if he was a hockey player Canadian, I'd be like, you gonna get your ass whooped.
Did Pusha T go too far with that diss?
I thought the 40 thing was too much. I mean, the rap itself was hard. It definitely was something that I always say that in rap they battle just like boxers. They go hard. People don't have necessary limitations. He did some research. I kind of felt like it was a lot of things in there that was like, surprised. People love Drake. Drake is one of, he's a big international star, one of the best rappers. He gets songs, hits. You can't really doubt that. And he had never really quite been backed up against a wall before. So I think that's good for him. That's kind of my same point. Like for Drake, he's gonna have to grow from this. It's not like it's negative, but the fact that somebody finally pushed him up against the wall and pushed him up against the lockers going down Senior Hall, he was like, oh shit.
So who's your favorite fighter? Lastly, your new show is called Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Who's more neighborhood, Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder?
Deontay Wilder. From the hood, I know.
Your fighter, what's neighborhood?
I mean, it really is just about somebody that you recognize, that you can recognize their spirit, you see their attitude. They have this thing that they got to scrap and fight and get from something to nothing, and you kind of see that spirit and that personality, Deontay Wilder's that, he gives you that. He gives you that southern thing that I recognize. That's all, So
he does. He's very original, genuine. But he caught some heat for visiting the White House. Donald Trump just pardoned Jack Johnson, one of the greatest fighters to ever stepped into the ring. He pardoned him. Deontay Wilder was there for the ceremony. He caught some heat. Is that a little unfair?
Yeah, it's unfair, man. It's unfair. The dude's a pugilist. He's a boxer. He went there. Jack Johnson, one of the great fighters, a heavyweight, very, very reminiscent of that whole Deontay Wilder kind of theme. Donald Trump's one of those. He's definitely one of the people you just can't even stand next to him in a Starbucks line. like literally, dog. Like you would be villainized if you was just in Chipotle and he was in front of you. Everybody be like, oh, that's who you get your chicken fingers with. You like, dog, I didn't even know dude was here. Like, you can't be near this dude. It's just so toxic. It is unfortunate because, again, Jack Johnson was a great American icon and a boxer who was way before his time with his attitude, with his proudness to be like a real black man. Like when none of that was going around, Jack Johnson would walk in a place like, I ain't doing no back doors, none of that. Like, so you gotta for them to be finally pardoned and recognized, you can't fault a boxer for being there for that day.
Cool.
Who's your favorite fighter of all time?
Oh man, that's a good one, man. I like big hard hits. I'm in between Mike Tyson. I love Ali, of course. I grew up on Sugar Ray. So that whole era, but probably my favorite fight. I got weird fighters. Like I love the Lexus Arguello and shit. Like I got weird fighters I like though, but it's in that range of guys that had like dope boxing skills and had hard punches. I like to see people punch hard. Like Larry Holmes had the most interesting jab in boxing. I felt like he was underrated because he was like kind of didn't necessarily have a boxer's body kind of thing. Like just looked like your uncle out there. Like you still, but that jab was so strong, man. You was just like, oh, I love somebody that got a punch that'll just catch you off guard, and you just like, oh, is my lip bleeding? So I don't know. I don't know how to. I can't qualify it right now as my all-time favorite boxer right now. Rocky? No. He won in a lot of movies, didn't he? No.
Cedric, you're a great actor. Sometimes actors are offered roles where they have to evolve, they have to change. If they offered you a role to play a certain boxer right now at the moment, could you get in shape for that, and which boxer would that be?
Yeah, it probably got to be the late George Foreman years.
Yeah.
But George was just my Butterbean is who I would probably go for. I'd just do a little skin out. I don't know. I think if it was somebody I had to really try to get in shape to be and play, and had to really work at it, for me, I don't know. I like that. I got that hue. I kind of Jack Johnson-y, I'm not tall enough, but in movies they'll shoot me. There's angles. You guys know how to do it. Maybe look taller right now. You know how to do it. That's good, man. All right, I'm gonna rock out.